Yes, good evening and welcome to United Sauce and Wingers. This is the match preview show for West Brom. We're going to go hard and in on West Brom. This is the biggest game of the season. The whole season hinges on this game. Like, if we don't win this, it's over. It's over. I'm joking around, guys. It's West Brom. We're gonna look at think what we can do. We're gonna talk about Scottini Tomazzino, also known as Scott McTominay, because that guy needs some praise. And we're going to give you our lineups, our predictions. We're going to go really deep in this. We're going to have a good time tonight. Thanks so much for joining. Like the video, subscribe if you're new. We got the usuals here. We got Sean. What's going on, Sean?
Hey, big up. What's going on, gang?
What's going on, man? And then we got some new guests for the preview show. Over, Aiden, he's always been in the match reactions and stuff like that. Aiden, what's going on? You good?
Yeah. Good, bro. Good.
And then we've got Temi. Temi, thank you for joining us, man, for the preview show. How's it going?
Yeah. I can't complain, bro. Can't complain. How y'all doing?
Man, really good, man. Thank you so much for joining. It's always good to get different fan opinions and just share the love, man. So thank you so much for joining. Let's go straight in. Thursday night sauce, Ankit saying. I like that. I've never thought about that.
Yeah.
Big up, Ankit.
It's cool that still.
I've never thought about that. I love that. Big up everyone in the chat. Yes. Tom Manzini FC, let's rock. Marco, yes, boys. What's going on, Marco,
Yes,
my
Marco,
man?
what's cracking?
Got a big up for Temi already. Love it. Yes, going on. We got Carl Lewis. I love it. He goes straight into it. It's not even hello. It's like, if we catch an L, are you buying a PS5 out last time? Oh God, he got me.
Yeah.
He got me. So last time, the first ever video I did ever, I said I'm gonna buy a PS5 if we lose. Luckily, we didn't lose. I don't think. Did we? No, we didn't. So it's fine. Whatever,
Yeah.
Carl, man. Flip. Clips. What's going on, man? Thank you for coming, guys. Thank you so much for joining. We're going to talk about the game on Sunday. It's, you know what, right? Before we've lost to Sheffield United, right? And it was a weird one. It was nasty. It still hurts. But I'm going to start this with a positive, right? With a really good positive. I want to talk about Scott McTominay, who I've now called Scottini Tomaziano. That's it. Scottini Tomaziano. Because if he was that, right? No, honestly, right? If he was called that, Sean, the guy will be worth 50 million. In the number 8 position, the guy is unreal. Scott McTominay is not sexy, man. The name's done. It's not one of those, oh, mate, Scott McTominay's come off. It's not sexy, man. Do you know what I mean?
I hear you, bro.
You got people like Fabinho that play for Liverpool. People are like, oh, yeah, this guy's going to be unbelievable. Where is he now? I don't know. Working in a kebab shop. I have no idea. So, for me, mate, I don't know. For me, I'm just thinking we got to give praise. Tell me, how do you think about Scott McTominay, man, on the weekend? Oh, whenever it was.
What, in the last game?
No, yeah, he played.
Temi, Sean. It's Temi, man. You're not Temi.
I couldn't hear you. Sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all good. But no, I think he played well over the weekend, and I think he's played well over the past couple of weeks. I wouldn't go as far as you though, Dom. Like, I think at the end of the day, like, we all want to be champions. You know what I'm saying? We all want to all United fans want to get back to that pinnacle. You know what I'm saying? And is Scott a starter on a championship team? I don't know. I don't know yet. You know what I'm saying? I still think the jury's out on that. I think he's a really, really good squad player. I don't think he's shit like a lot of people will say on Twitter. A lot of people will be like, yeah, Scott's trash, just different things. Like, no, like, I think there's a middle ground where he's a really good squad on a championship team. I think, to me, that's where he's at right now. I wouldn't say that he's a starter, for a European Cup winning team or a league title winning team. But that's not just for Scott. That's like a lot of players in the starting 11 right now. The jury's still out on that. So love what Scott's doing. Long may it continue. 7 goals this season, but I'm still gonna hold off on the what is it, Scotty Tomaziano or whatever you just said.
Scottini Tomaziano. Yeah. You know what, right? Sean, Temi said it right. He likes what he's doing. He likes where he's come. What has Scottini got to do, basically, to win over the fans and prove that he's actually better than people think as a number 8? What's he got to do? Has he got to score 20 goals a season? What's he got to do?
Number 8, like I said, this algebra game everyone wants to play in modern day football is crazy. Like, the guy he's an international centre-back, right? He plays centre-back for his country. He plays all over the midfield for us, and he played up front in his youth players. The guy, as an overall football player, regardless of position, he is a very, very good football player. And for me, I think to win over the fans, I've been a long-term supporter of Scott. To win over the fans, I feel like he's just got to keep doing what he's doing, keep performing. And I think gradually, which we've seen it, I feel like the fan base are starting to appreciate him a little bit more for what he brings for the team. I agree with what sorry, how do I pronounce your name?
Temi.
Temi. Yeah, Temi. I agree with Temi.
You're almost on Italian with my name. That's funny. That's all good.
Yeah.
It's all this Scott McTominay. It's confusing me, man. So,
it's downfall. It's downfall.
Exactly. I agree with what Temi's saying, is that as much as I rate Scott, I feel as though he is a player, if we equate to when we used to win championships and the type of player that we had in the squad, the likes of Darren Fletcher, people like Phil Neville, when they'd come in for specific games to do specific jobs in the big games, like your Park Ji-sung didn't start every week, but when you put them on the pitch, they're going to give 100% and be able to deliver for us. For me, I've always seen Scott McTominay as that type of player, and I believe he's definitely been good enough to hold down that position. But he has, obviously, it goes without saying, he doesn't have the talent and the flair and unpredictability of the match winners. We've got the likes of Bruno, Paul Pogba, and people like that who you would see as the mainstays.
Sure, he's become a match winner, though.
Yeah, he is a match winner, and he can pop up with vital goals like Park Ji-sung and those people used to do for specific games. And I just think it's more power to him. And if he keeps doing that, hopefully he'll start to win over the respect of the majority of the fan base. I don't think he's got the majority yet.
He's not got the majority yet. No, he's not got the majority.
Whoa. What have I seen?
What are you saying?
What are you saying, Aiden?
What are you saying?
Someone said Scott can replace Pogba long term, bro. No. Yeah. Is that Avram Glazer in the comments, bro? Is that Avram Glazer in the comments?
I love put some respect to Ankit's name, man. He's one of the OGs. He's one of the OGs.
No, I love you, Ankit. Ankit, I love you, bro. But like, no.
guys, thank you for tuning in to United Source. We got some new guests on the previous
I love
show.
you, Ankit.
We got Sean, we got Temi, we got Aiden. We're going to talk about, and we got some special team lineups. You're going to see all of our team lineups tonight, and you're going to choose which one's the best, which one you'd go for. I'm seeing someone say Temi Tope. Don't know what that means, but I like it. So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Let's carry on. Aiden, you've seen like Temi saying that Scott is he's a good player, he's playing well, but he's still a squad player. Sean saying, look, he can play anywhere, and he's always had the ability, but he's not there yet, really. He still needs to prove himself. For me, I'm saying based on form, he's become very, very important to us, and he's scoring goals that no one else is scoring. Where do you feel where he sits, man?
Yeah, I feel like it's basically agreeing with, I think everyone's sort of saying like a similar thing. Like he's no Pogba or Bruno, but, he's got his place. I think he can get more efficient, and I think he can flesh out his role better. But I don't think he's going to develop technically, really. So I think, if anything, he'll just become better at his job. I don't think he'll get better. He'll go into any other job specifically. Because once you get to 24, 25, you're not going to develop technically a huge amount. That's really when you're capped off. But yeah, I think, if we play him in as someone that just comes on to get a goal here and there, and at some games, maybe lower games, that he can do a job in midfield at the 8, I think that's good. But what I do want people to realize is you can't get too far done on this, because when you're playing round of 16 Champions League games with 75,000 people you're watching you at Old Trafford, the quality on the ball that you need to dictate games, McTominay does not have. So as much as I'm like, no, he won't have it. Once you're this is a technical thing. Once you're 24, 25, if you don't have it, you're not going to have it. But that's not an insult to him. That's just saying that if you take him for what he is a player that can get goals at times, is an incredible finisher, can maybe versus the mid-table teams, can't do a job at an 8 if needed, then he's good. He's good. But as long as you know that and you don't start saying he can, outplay Iniesta at Barcelona, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's not that.
Know what he's there for.
The problem. I think the problem is, right, is that we're all kind of downplaying Scott McTominay, Scottini, right? But the guy's been playing in the wrong position for how long? For how long has he actually been playing in the wrong position? Where could he be right now if we played him as a number 8 who goes forward?
Yeah, he could be a lot better.
This is what I'm saying. And then the ceiling that people think he has might not be the ceiling. It's the same with Van der Beek. We have not seen the guy play in a squad that that enhances his ability for like 5 or 6 games. So we haven't seen the real Van de Beek. It's the same as Scott McTominay. We keep playing, Aiden, we keep playing people outside positions, out of the real positions. So we're not really seeing the best of people. We haven't seen the best of Greenwood yet because he's playing right wing. We haven't seen the best of flicking Van de Beek because he's playing on the bench. We haven't seen the best of flicking Scott McTominay because he's not a CDM. Fred's not a CDM either. So people are like, oh, Fred, oh yeah, but he's not a CDM either. Like for me, it's hard for me to like not give Scott McTominay the praise he deserves right now because I'm sorry, we'll be in bad positions 100%. Without him. You know what I'm saying?
100%, bro. 100%.
Go on, Timmy.
I was gonna say to Aiden's point, I completely agree with the technical ability aspect of what he's talking about. Like everything we know about Scott right now, like it's not really going to change that much. Like once you hit that 25-year-old plateau, it's very rare you see like a Jamie Vardy who comes in and just explodes at 29, 30.
Yeah, that's
we
ridiculous.
We know what Scott is, and it's a good player. And like you mentioned, he's playing a little deeper than we'd like to see him. Same thing with Pogba. Same thing with Fred.
Exactly.
We play a 4-2-3-1. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think Ollie's going to really deviate from that unless we get a proper DM in the summer, which is the jury's still out on that. We don't know. But that being said, even if he plays as a number 8, Scott's never going to be the player who like he faces a player one-on-one, he dribbles past a player, and does things like that. His strengths are winning the ball back from the opposition, driving forward with it, and giving it to better players. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of this. I don't want to say it's his ceiling, but that's and scoring goals, scoring crucial goals. He has a great strike on him. So I think that's a good player. All those things I just mentioned, that's a really good player. But is it remember when we played Barcelona? This is Ollie's interim season.
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
We played Barcelona, and I think it was McTominay, Fred in that midfield, and I can't remember who the other midfielder was. You could just see right in that moment. I was like, this is never going to be it. Like this, we're never going to. Yeah. If we're playing Scott McTominay versus Barcelona in a Champions League quarterfinal, we're never going to get anywhere with that. Like even now, and that's not a disrespect to him. It's just we need a different quality of player in those type of games, if that makes sense.
If I said to you guys, right, just give me a quick answer. Who's better, Scott McTominay or Fletcher?
Fletcher. Yeah, Fletcher. Darren Fletcher.
Sure?
Yeah, Darren Fletcher. Yeah, still Fletcher, for sure.
I think technically, Fletcher, yeah.
Okay, I'm intrigued. We're going to come back to that at the end of the season and see what Scott McTominay does for the rest of the season and revert that. Because I'm sorry, Scott McTominay's got a better shot than Fletcher. I know that for a fact. Like,
I think Scott McTominay's got a better shot than most people in the squad. Though, really, like, Like, I don't feel like, you know what I mean. Like, apart from Greenwood, like genuinely, I think that like Pogba and Martial is only competition. Apart from
I agree, guys. So we're playing West Brom, right? West Brom are currently 19th in the table, and we said this about Sheffield United. Do you remember? We said, oh yeah, they're currently 20th in the table. And they beat us with flicking Phil Jagielka. But they've literally not won their last 5 games. They've lost, they've drawn, they've lost. They lost 5-0 to Man City. They lost to flicking they lost to flicking Tottenham 2-0. They lost to Sheffield United 2-1. They drew to Fulham, lost to Man City 5-0, and lost to West Ham. It says that, Sam comes in. Big Sam is a smart guy, right? He can get away with fraud and still get a job next time, right? The guy is a magician. He's a magician. But is he going to do it against us? Because I'm looking at their team. They got Johnston, O'Shea, Bartley, Townsend, Gallagher. Mate, honestly, this could be cities in London for all I know, because I haven't got a clue who these players are, right?
No, only Ivanovic. That's the only player I know.
This is what I mean. It's just Snodgrass. Like, honestly, these players, we should be completely seeing them off. It should be like you got a mop up on R5, you just mop it away. It should be like that. But we are Manchester United, which is the most unpredictable team at the moment. Are we going to win this game? Sean, talk to me. Are we going to win this game? Because we should win it, but are we going to, based on what we do as Manchester United?
You know what? It hangs on the team that Ollie plays and the message that he sends out with the team that he picks. And it also depends on the attitude of the players. So I think we'll win the game. I think the players have had their criticism after a few bad results, and I feel like we're starting to see them now start to apply themselves, within the games where they need to. So I feel like we're going to show up. We can't afford not to be honest with you. We've got the big games coming up. We've got Europa League coming up. The fixtures are coming thick and fast. This is the business end of the season now. We've done the hard work. We've got ourselves in a good position. We're fighting for trophies. We're still in with shout with the title race, points wise, mathematically. So yeah, I expect us to fully go out there, get the job done. It might not be pretty. It's probably not going to be convincing, but City spanked these lot 5-0 a few weeks ago, right? So the benchmark has been laid down. They haven't won in ages. So I'll be very, very shocked if we're sitting here on Sunday evening and we haven't got 3 points. There's something that had to go drastically wrong.
On that then, Sean's saying that we're going to win because we should win. So Sean, tell us how you're going to win. You got 2 minutes to explain your team, bro.
Bro, I've gone for what I feel is probably right now, forget the defense for a minute, but our attacking unit, I feel that is probably our best attack. If I look at it, apart from Pogba, but he's not injured. So if Pogba was fit, Pogba would have made the team. But my mindset is that we have to go strong. The reason I've picked Twanzebe in the defense is because I feel like looking at their attack, I don't think they've got any threat. They're struggling to score goals. Like, I don't feel as though attacking wise, they're going to be any danger to us.
Yeah.
So we know Lindelof's got a dodgy back. So we rest him for the Sociedad game. And I've gone with Henderson because I said after the last game, De Gea's, he's got to take his medicine now. He's got to sit out. Henderson's come in. He hasn't let us down. For me, and Henderson's got to make a mistake now before you bring back De Gea.
I hear that.
And then, yeah, Shaw has to come in. I was close to playing Tellez, but I was like, we can't afford to risk it. We need to go with our best players. Win the game in an hour, then bring off Bruno, bring on Donny van der Beek. Then bring on the subs once the game is won. I don't want to see us going with a weak team and wait until the last minute to win the game. So this team should go out and win the game in an hour. Sean,
I respect that, man. We've got some comments here saying Rashford on the right. Tell me, how do you feel about Rashford on the right, man? Because I've got a few things to say. I could talk for flicking all day long, man, but I got to have some dinner later on. So how do you feel about Rashford, Temi?
Yeah, no, I think this whole Rashford on the right thing is he's not much different. Obviously, when you're on the right versus when you're on the left, you're gonna do different things, right? When he's on the left, he's gonna cut in and he's gonna shoot. We know that's gonna happen. When he's on the right, he's forced to cross more, like he did against what was it, Everton, that he put that beautiful ball into Cavani? Yeah. He's the same player. I truly believe that on either side. I genuinely believe that. I know a lot of people might disagree with me, but I think Rashford has the same capabilities to score goals and make assists on the right and on the left, which is why I think, in the summer, a lot of people still want Jadon Sancho. If it's 80 million to 100 million pounds worth, I would just play Rashford on the right and, get a DM, get a center back, things like that.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, Rashford on the right, I don't think it's a thumbs down. I definitely think it's I think, he's our best right-sided player, honestly. Just to boil it down to the fact, I think he's our best right-sided player.
So tell me, Temi, how do you think we're going to win this game, bro? This is your team. This is Temi's team, guys.
Yeah. Oh man, I must have dropped Rashford. That was a mistake. But no. So I'm gonna start with the back five. So I wouldn't drop De Gea. Still not yet. I know he's made mistakes. But this whole crowning Henderson so quickly thing, I'm just not a fan. Like, I'm just not a fan of it. I know he's a good solid keeper, but I still think even with De Gea's mistake that he made against Everton, or mistakes he made against Everton, I still think he's had a really good season, actually. If you look at it game by game, the back four is obviously Ollie's preferred back four. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's his best back four. In my opinion, Shaw has been outstanding. AWB has been silently really good again this season. I would stick with that back four. If Lindelof is healthy, like Sean mentioned.
Oh, you got? I think his internet's a bit.
Lose you guys?
Come out and come back in.
Yeah, go.
Oh, did I lose you guys?
All right.
Yeah, go for it, Temi. Keep going, bro.
My bad. Yeah, in that midfield, obviously no Pogba, like Sean mentioned. I will bring Fred and McTominay back in. Matic, the other game, I think he played fine, but it was just with Fred and Matic, it was so labored. So I'd rather see McTominay and Fred in there personally for the energy. Bruno at 10, that's a lock. I don't need to talk about that. Martial on the left is probably the most controversial one up in the front line. A decent game against West Ham, even though a lot of people thought he was shitty. I thought he had a decent game. On the right, I would go with Rashford, not Greenwood. Personally, I think our best front three would be Martial, Cavani, Rashford when they're all at their best. And Cavani, he's also been in really decent form for the past month or so. So I would keep him at our number 9 going forward.
Mate, and you think we're going to win the game with this team?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be. Like you said, it's unpredictable. I think we're going to win. Like the last game we faced them, the last time we faced them was 1-0, and it was a cagey game. Like they had opportunities. Conor Gallagher. I know you guys said you don't know too much about the team. He's a really good player, in my opinion. Really decent player. He was probably the best player on the pitch against us. Last time we played them. I'm talking about for both teams. So yeah. That's the only person I watch out for on that team, but I think we're going to win for sure.
I think we need to win, man. Thank you, bro. Aiden, your team, man. So obviously we should be winning. We shouldn't be talking about if we're going to win, but we can't take any team for granted. This is a weird season. Tottenham got spanked 5-4. It was honestly my Wednesday now, my favorite day of the week. It is fantastic, man. So we can't take any team for granted. So talk to me about yours, bro.
Okay, so it's going to be a bit of an interesting one. For me, I think that West Brom, the problem, if you look at our last 5 games, what have we had? We've had Everton, where that was just an end-to-end game. Southampton was a bit of a write-off because they got 2 red cards. But Arsenal, what was it? The other 2, they escaped me. Sheffield United and what was the other low? West Ham, we could not break them down. We struggle against low blocks. West Brom, we should have lost. The pen we got wasn't a pen, and they should have got a pen. We are historically woeful against low blocks. We're so bad. For me, this is exactly the type of team you need to penetrate a low block. Like people were saying, you could literally easily kill off the game within 60 minutes with this team. You could probably kill it off within the first half. For me, Van der Beek's been a bit inconsistent. I think just keeping him on the bench while we've got such a game like this, I think it'd be the perfect game to have him on. If he's playing with Bruno and someone intelligent like Greenwood there, I think he'd play very, very well. I think Matic at the 6, I think he did play quite well. He's very tidy. Yeah. But I think what people are forgetting is, like, we're Man United. We have the team to go there and play a 4-3-3. That's what we should be doing.
Easily.
And we with this, we could easily go at them, win the game by 3-0 by the 60th minute, and just sub a load of players off. I've started Twanzebe to enable the high line, because that would mean that if on the counter-attack, people like Pereira, they could come out, I guess, against like Twanzebe could catch up with them. I think this is the perfect team, to be honest. I think you've got the link-up play there with Rashford and Martial. Martial's been starved of that when he hasn't had Cavani next to him. I think Greenwood, with the crosses we've seen, he could get on the end of them. And I think this is perfect. I think when you're playing a low block, passing and moving is exactly what you need. And I think Van der Beek and Bruno would link up perfectly. And we don't need any more than one sitting DM, really, with Matic. We could be 3-0 up by 60 minutes and just sub them off. And Cavani can come on if needed and stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah, mate, I agree. We never play a team like this when we do a low block. We don't change our style when we do low blocks, which baffles me. No. It baffles me. If you know a team are going to play low block, they've lost their last 5 games, well, drawn 1. Why are you going to play the exact same team that we play against the big teams? When we know it doesn't make any sense to me. There's got to be some fluidity in our management, in our strategy, and a way of thinking how we play football. This also comes down to our mindset. Some of our players don't like having too much time on the ball. Some of them do. So if you've got players that like to have a touch of the ball, play those players. Yeah. For me, Fred does not like having the ball too much. He's like, do you remember that last game? He was in the semicircle in the middle, and he kept doing a touch. He didn't know where to pass it. Didn't know where to go left or right. Play people with a low block. When you're playing a low block, who want the ball. If we had Pogba, he'd want the ball. Bruno wants the ball. Greenwood wants the ball. So for me, I respect that. I think all the teams have been good. Do you think we're going to win, Aiden? Just being honest.
If you're basing it on recent performances, I see nothing to tell like that we're going to win based on recent performances. The last 5 performances, Arsenal, West Ham, and Sheffield United, were woeful. So I honestly don't know. I expect us to win, but I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't. Do you know what I mean?
Man, I hear you, man. Well, guys, if you just tune in now, we're just doing our team lineups. Every person here, you got Aiden, Sean, and Temi, has said their team lineups and why they think they'll win. We've had a mixture. We've gone with the trusted sort of team. We've gone with a sort of still trusted, but we're making some exceptions with Tuan Sabi getting game time. And we've gone with a complete different formation with Aiden to face that low block. My team is going to surprise some people, and I don't even care. I don't care because sometimes we play the best team. We're like, yes, what a team, and we get spanked or lose to Sheffield United. So whatever team I put out, I don't care because it could work. It doesn't matter. So here's my team. So my starting 11. So I've gone with Henderson in goal. Henderson in goal. So I think Henderson needs to lose his place now. Phil Jones. Someone says Phil Jones. No, man, I'm not on that. I'm not on that place.
I thought you were going to put like McTominay out front or something.
No. So Henderson in goal. It's his place to lose. Again, and you know when you have a hard breakup and you need like 3 or 4 weeks to get over it. De Gea hurt my heart, man. I need my brother jumping up and kneeing someone in the eye when he's in the box. I need him to shove people out the place, grab the balls. I don't care what he's doing. Get that ball. So Henderson's place to lose. Luke Shaw starts against a low block. Luke Shaw is very good. He's progressive. He set up 2 flicking crosses and we score from it. Maguire and Lindelof, I put them there because I know Ollie will start them. This is a mixture of what I want, but also being realistic. And they've had more game time than Axel. I feel like Axel's just hadn't played enough to have that match rhythm. Just to chuck him into West Brom, I think it's a lot of pressure on him. AWB starts, he's crossing, he's going forward. Now, this is where we get interesting. I've put Matic as the holding because when we've got the ball, I expect us to have the ball this game. Matic will be over the halfway line for the whole game, and that's what I'm hoping. And it will just be spraying the balls out to Tomazio. Look, Tomazzino, you know, see that? Tomazzino there, Scotty? He'll be spraying the ball to Scottini and Bruno just to go forward, all right? And the reason I've put Mata in, people are probably thinking, why are we playing Mata? He's not playing any game. He's got no match rhythm. Mata is a very, very experienced footballer. I could have easily put Van de Beek there, but I'm being honest. Ollie does not rate him at the moment. He can't figure out how to use him, what to do with him. So I'm putting Mata because he does trust Mata. Mata has got a very depth touch. Him and Bruno playing that side, I tell you right now, they will link up. Mata's got this vision and experience to do late runs in the box, to cross in, pass a move. And if you've got Cavani just waiting in there, waiting for a cross from Luke Shaw, waiting for a 1-2 from Martial, because Cavani does a lot of 1-2s and quick plays like Giroud, I think this team could work. Easily, you could put Van de Beek on the right. But I feel with all the ball we're going to have, it might come down to us being outside the box, someone laying it off to Scottini, McTominay, and he scored the goal like he always does. So this team, I feel, is something we can try. We can do it against the 19th team in the league, and we can do it because we should hold the ball. So that's my team. I think it's all right. I think it's ambitious. I think that we can get a result from it. So guys, that's the sort of teams we're going with. Get your ideas in the I've got a great idea, Dominic. I appreciate that, bro. Thank you, man. Get your comments in there. I want you to start thinking whose team you'd go for, and I want you to say the name, because at the end of the day, right, we're all trying to be managers, but Ollie's the manager. But we can live in the twilight zone and just pretend we're the manager just for one day, because we want to be happy again. So get your ideas in there, and we're gonna compare it, guys.
Bro, I'm surprised that you and Aiden went for Matic in this game.
Why are you saying that, bro?
Because I feel like, especially against a low block team, the key is you've got to move them. That means you've got to move the ball quickly. And Matic, he doesn't move the ball fast enough. He moves the ball so slowly. He hangs on with the ball too long. So we need people that are going to move the ball quick, side to side, not take 10 touches before you make a pass.
Mate,
Can I disagree with you there?
You can disagree. Of course you can. You're always allowed to disagree.
Aiden, please. I know this is my boy.
Go on, disagree with me. Go on.
Listen to me, right?
Tell me.
I understand what you're saying, okay, with Matic, but when we're playing a team like this, Matic doesn't do well when we haven't got the ball. That's when he takes too much time. But when we have got the ball, he's the one of the people that actually plays those fast, decisive passes.
No, not quick enough. Watch him tomorrow. Watch him on Sunday. He's not going to play. I don't think Ollie will do it. But next time he's on the pitch, the same against Sheffield United. He's done it in so many games this season. The shot games that we've lost, Matic has been on the pitch, and one of the reasons he takes 10. Watch him. It takes 10 touches. If he left, right, then left again. He can play the passes forward. I agree with you. He's got incisive passing, but he doesn't move it quick enough. He doesn't move it as quickly.
That's why I put Bruno and Van de Beek in front of him.
Aiden, you come in, man. Come in, bro.
Go on, bro.
But the thing is, that's why I put Bruno and Van de Beek in front of him. Matic wasn't really a selection that was based on the fact that I want to move the ball quick. He wasn't a selection made in mind with the opinion that I wanted to include him in the attacking third. my opinion was more so that I think Bruno and Van der Beek is required. And if you're going to put them there, you have to have Matic. He's the only DM that can hold it. So it was less of my thought pattern wasn't put Matic in because if this is how it will affect the attacking third. My thought pattern was, like you said, we need to move the ball quick. So we need Van der Beek and Bruno to do give and goes. But if we're going to put them, we need Matic to hold the midfield. So that's why I put him there.
I hear you. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, no. First of all, the 4-3-3 ideas. I feel like every United fan wants to play 4-3-3. I like if you ask any United fan, you want to play with one holding midfielder, 2 box-to-box midfielders, and 3 across the front. I just didn't pick that because I know that's not happening. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just not going to happen.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
So I went with something that's relatively realistic, and I to Sean's point, I like Matic personally. I wouldn't go as far as what Sean is saying. The only reason I didn't play Matic is because Pogba's not here. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see Matic and McTominay. I don't want to see Matic and Fred. I would want to see Matic and Pogba because that gives Matic the ability to sit. Pogba can go a little bit forward. He can be the one dictating the play. Fred and McTominay.
They're winners, aren't they? They know how to win. Well, they should know, but they are winners. Guys, now let us know your thoughts, right? This is the teams. This is everybody's teams, right? I don't know if you can see it properly on your screens, but this is the teams. Let us know which team you're going to think and go for. My team, you've got what have we got? You've got De Gea. Wait, that's my team's wrong. Forget about my team. My one's got Henderson. These teams,
and yours has got Pogba as well.
Yeah, these teams are wrong. Ignore it. You've seen the teams already. Don't worry about it. I'm just personally because I'm running this show. It's my team. All right. Anyway, moving on. I'm joking. I'm so joking. It's not. But guys, honestly, I think we're in a really, really strong position. I'm seeing lots of people say it's probably going to be Aiden's team. Aiden's or a mix of mine. I've seen people say a mix of mine and Aiden's team. People are not really saying Sean's team. I think it's because it's safe. Maybe it's safe with McTominay and Fred in the middle, Sean. I'm not sure. But I guess it's what we want to see, not what Ollie's going to do. But Sean's quite realistic in that approach. So just a reminder, this is...
I think it'll be Sean's.
I think it'll be Sean's too. That will be most likely, too. But this was Aiden's team. Just remind you, the Shaw, Maguire, Twanzebe, AWB, De Gea, VDB and Bruno Matic with Greenwood on the right, Rashford on the left, and Martial. That excites me. And to have the fact that you can have Cavani come in on the pitch later on as well, that's just disgusting. That's disgusting.
Yeah, Aiden, why didn't you start him?
Purely because the thing is, like, I don't know if it wasn't necessarily a thing where I didn't start him because I didn't think he'd suit the game. Like, it's not that I necessarily thought. I just put Martial in there. I mean, you could put Cavani. You could put Cavani in there instead, but I want to see Martial get some more goals, really. I think Cavani, I don't think he's devoid of confidence, and I think Martial needs some games to get some goals. And I don't think that if you play Martial on the left, I don't think he links up well with Cavani. I think one thing Martial really misses when Rashford isn't on the pitch is gives and goes. He loves playing with Rashford. So yeah, I hate playing Martial and Cavani. I don't think it works.
Yeah, I think we're in. I think we're in a weird position because again, we talked about earlier about Rashford against a low block. This is, for me personally, this is not the game for Rashford. It's not really. But... It's not the game for Rashford. Like, I know you got this type of Rashford idea, right? The guy is amazing. He has saved us.Is numbers for his age is unreal. He's an MBE. The guy is freaking. He's probably going to get a statue made of it. The guy is unreal, right? But tactically speaking, in a strategic way, when we're going to have the ball, and this is all assuming that we're going to have a ball because we had a ball against West Ham's B team, right? Rashford is one of those people who will run into like a brick wall, like he does, and try to do something out of nothing, whereas we need people to play touch and go. I'll be honest with you, right? Someone mentioned about Amad Diallo. I freaking love Amad Diallo. I don't know him as a player properly. I haven't seen him as a player. No one has. All we've seen is clips and a couple of Atalanta games, right? But the way that he plays, he wants to play like you're in a school playground. Pass and move, keep the ball, pig in the middle. I see every team in the Premier League, when they're doing the drills, they do pig in the middle. It's the so bait, like, oh yeah, oh you're it. I see it all the time. I never see it on the pitch. No one's trying to keep the ball from the opposition. They're just trying to be safe. So for me, with Rashford, the way that he's a little bit erratic, the way that his brain doesn't slow down, for a low block, we need someone to pass a move. So, Sean, you've gone muted. You've muted yourself, bro. You doing?
Yeah.
What you saying?
No, No, I'm muting myself because someone was in the background making noise. So I was just telling him to hold it down.
I thought you were just shouting like, bro, to short to the
Yeah, what are you talking about, mate? This is a live show, man.
But you're making a good point though. Like, I feel like most of us would, again, when I pick this lineup, I'm half picking Ollie's lineup. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm thinking, what formation is Ollie going to play? What players? He's not dropping. Like, Rashford had a bad back last year and he still didn't drop him. You know what I'm saying? So you just kind of know he's going to play. I would agree. Like, this is a game for like a Mata, a game for like a Matt, like where you need to kind of hold possession.
This is what
one two touch pass. You know what I'm saying? I agree with that, but at the same time, he's gonna play. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's gonna play. So it's like it's almost like a move one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
And you know what? To add on to that, Temi, Dom, like I agree with you. What you were saying, the idea of Bruno and Mata linking up is a good dynamic. I don't think it's going to happen. But the thing with Rashford is, Dom, you know, he could be dead. He could run into 10 brick walls, right, in a 90 minutes, and then just pop up with a 20-yarder, a free kick, goal, assist. Like, he is a difference maker for us right now. I think the goal contributions, I haven't checked the numbers, but just from my eye test, I believe he's probably only second to Bruno in our whole squad for this season.
He's the 4th highest in the world, I think. Someone said that in the comments.
So you have to have a player like that on the pitch, even if you know it's frustrating.
Do you ever wonder, though, to yourself? Do you ever wonder to yourself, Aiden, Rashford's played so many games. Like, he's played so many games that he's got
this is what I'm saying.
To get 10 chances and then light up in the 11th one. Like, could you imagine if we played the same Rashford, but a different player, the same amount of times we played Rashford? You'd probably be saying, oh, I know he's not great, but he always turns up in the games. He turns up because he's flicking playing. I'm playing devil's advocate here because Rashford's probably played the most games Premier League up front. So obviously he's going to get...
I think...
Do you know what I mean?
No, I don't. Well, no.
Do you know? I do think there's like a slight element of that, but I do think you can't really like... His numbers are so nuts. Like, I think if he's a great player. He's just, but the only thing that I'll always have an issue with Rashford is that I think that numbers will get you to a certain level. I think what people do is they look at numbers. If you get consistent goals like Rashford, and you get to a top class level, but you don't get to the elite level. And you know, I just think that Rashford will he will get goals and stuff, but he doesn't have very good 90 minutes. Can you tell me the last time Rashford had a good 90 minutes?
That's
like, honestly, I'm being 100 serious.
I can tell. Well, 90 I don't know if you played 90 minutes.
And the thing is, for me, is it's like I do think there's an element, but I think personally that I don't have an issue with who Rashford is, but I have an issue with the way people perceive Rashford. People look at Rashford's numbers and they compare him to Neymar. When I'm like, he doesn't have good 90-minute games. If he doesn't score or assist, he doesn't affect the game half the time. And that's why, for me, this is just a personal preference. I prefer people like Martial and Amad Diallo. Like, I think what Amad Diallo will be, he may not score or assist, but he'll affect the game over 90 minutes.
This is what I'm
like, what do you prefer?
That's the point I'm talking about. You're saying that I know he doesn't play good over 90 minutes, but he'll have one chance and be a well better. I get that. And we need Rashford. He's so important. But my thing is, I want someone to affect the game the whole way through. And have 70 minutes good or 60 minutes good. The reason why Rashford plays so well when he comes off the bench is because he's got 45 minutes to quickly impact the game. The
game's open.
This is what I'm saying. The game's open. Yeah. He becomes a super sub, just like Marco's saying exactly. He becomes a super sub, right? And people are tired. They're like, oh, now I've got to do Rashford. But then when you start Rashford, I'm just saying, when you start Rashford, he can have good games where he plays good 70 minutes, 100%. But you don't know what Rashford you're going to get. When you get other players who are consistent in the way they think, and even if they're not having a good game, they make other players have a good game.
We haven't
have a good game. Pardon?
We haven't got anyone who's better than him consistently, right? Rashford, I agree, he is inconsistent.
Oh,
but again, look at the last time he started, I think against Liverpool in the FA Cup. He was electric that game. Absolutely electric.
It was open. That's the point. It was open.
What's that?
It was, but that's the thing. It was literally an open game against Reece Williams at centre back. Our point is, when you're playing in a game, when you get to the Champions League level of the game, the elite level, The players that do well aren't the Marcus Rashfords; they're the Anthony Martials. Regardless of what you want to say about stats, in terms of technical ability, he's not that type of player.
We haven't.
And I do think he's
we
very
haven't
good.
got there yet. We have to give him a chance and see if he can develop, because he's developing. Can I tell you? He's developing. Can I tell you right? Hold on.
Yeah,
he's developing, and when we get to those levels, you will see him rise. Because you can't say that Marcus Rashford hasn't played against Champions League teams, right? He hasn't played against Champions League oppositions in the Premier League and destroyed. He always scores in the big games. What's that?
Of course he has. He's destroyed.
He has.
But he hasn't for 90 minutes.
So when we play Liverpool, when we play Trent Alexander, European champions, and we see Marcus Rashford ripping him inside out, he always does well against Liverpool.
Everyone
Liverpool are the European champions. So you can't then say at the Champions League level he can't do it, because he's already done it against his players.
Okay, well, I'll tell you the difference. Yeah, when you're talking about Liverpool, you're talking about an open game where they had Reece Williams at centre back. If you go up against Bayern Munich,
before you go into your point, can we just establish that Liverpool are a Champions League level elite team?
They are a Champions League level. Yeah, I'm saying, but the games are played at a different speed in the Champions League. It's a lot more technical. It's a lot more slow. It's a lot more tactical. It's like international games. Probably it's closer than the Premier League. Really, that's why you get a lot of like Italian teams and stuff, because they're very good defensively. They'll do well. But my thing with Rashford is that if you look at his good games, like in the Champions League, what was he good against Leipzig? He was a sub. Against PSG, he didn't actually have that good of a game. He just got a goal at the end. But against Leipzig, that is the only time I actually can't remember the last time I've seen Rashford be clinical like that. Whenever he gets goals, he will. West Ham, he fumbles at like a one-on-one. Like Sheffield United, he fumbles a one-on-one. And this is what I'm saying, that when you're at the elite level of the game, and you're talking about, yes, he can develop. Once you're hit 21, 22, you can't really develop that much technique.
Nah, I disagree. Of course you can.
No, but I think IQ-wise you can, and I think in terms of fleshing out your role you can. But I don't think like stuff like your touch, your ball manipulation, your short passing. I don't think that can. I think those years are the younger years.
You're right. Yeah,
you build a blueprint of what type of player you are. Are you a close footballer? Do you have lots of touches? Are you a speed merchant? Are you just a power shot? You know what that person can do, but they improve over time. That's
okay. No, without pace, would Rashford get 30 goals? Would Martial? Who would be good without pace? Martial would still be good. Rashford wouldn't be good.
Aiden. So let me tell you, right? It's not a technical thing with Rashford, right?
Yeah.
Technically, Rashford is fantastic.
Technically,
he's a good pardon? Aiden saying, he's fantastic. His ball manipulation, his dribbling, his touch. He is technically a very, very good football player. The thing with Rashford and his issues are, like you said, it's up here. It's his decision making. And for me, he will learn, right, how to play against a low block as he develops. That's the next part of his development. And it's not a technical thing. It's a mindset thing of, where do I need to be on the pitch? When do I need to pass? What runs do I need to make? These are all, it's nothing to do with technique, because it's going to teach fabulous. It is a mentality issue. And you can coach that.
Go on, Tommy.
Yeah, I think first of all, I would agree with what Aiden's saying. Like, when we're talking about technical ability, it's more so like he's a good dribbler, but like in terms of when he's in close, when he has three people around him, right? Is he going to make the right decision? Does he have that ability to make that killer pass? Like, he's a wonderful player in moments. He's a moments player, but like
he's a moments player. Yeah,
in the 90, like honestly, and a lot of people think I'm crazy for this. Like, Martial has played probably better for more minutes this season than Rashford, but he doesn't.
That's what I'm saying.
True.
Okay, so Demi, even if that's true, right?
Yeah.
What's the point if there's no end product at the end of it?
Here's the thing. Okay,
because when you take them out, you see the impact on the team. If you took Rashford out, anyone could replace his goals. Not anyone can replace the way Martial.
But they can't. They can't, Aiden. They can't. That's not true. You can't say that, because no one's doing it.
To your point,
you could buy them. Right?
If I say to your point, right? Like, I see what you're saying about the goals are important, right? And he's the one scoring the goals. Bruno's the one scoring the goals, so you don't want them to drop from the side, right? But we probably score more goals if we play better as a side for 90 minutes. Does that make sense? Like, if we have better players doing the right things consistently more often than, like a Rashford, right? There's a goal, the goal was from, right? like there was a decision that Martial made before, like he made a really like he was driving at I think the right back, right? Driving at the right back. He makes a very simple pass to the right that eventually gets the Pogba where the goal happens. If that's Rashford, he's probably driving at the player and he keeps driving at the player, and loses the ball. You see what I'm saying?
It's like Juggernaut from X-Men, isn't it? You know that X-Men video I tagged you in, Dom? That Juggernaut when he goes like that.
Yeah, it's just like that little like that thing right there where like Martial's gonna probably make the McTominay goal, right? Against what was it? West Ham. Martial's driving, right? He's driving up the pitch. He makes a very simple layoff to Bruno. He makes a simple layoff to Bruno. Bruno then makes it to Fred. Fred crosses it. Then Rashford gets the assist. And everyone, at the end of the day, everyone's praising Rashford. Oh, Rashford got a goal contribution. Martial's contribution to the goal was way better than the simple layoff. Then, does that make – I don't know if that's making sense, but like –
No, bro. Trust me. I hear what you're saying. It makes perfect sense. Yeah. Yeah, I understand.
I don't think Rashford, no matter what the goals and assists are, I don't think he's going to be a top class player until the IQ changes. I don't know if that IQ will ever change.
And he might never get that. We said it on the show before. He might never develop it. But he's only 23, and between now and 26, 27, he's got 3 years to get it. And
you know what? This is the thing why I want Ollie to play people to their strengths, because what I feel like is that he just plays a team no matter what the opposition are doing.
Yeah,
players who do the results. Okay, he might come up with a goal in the 90th minute, even though he's played crap for 89th minute, but he's like, I don't care. Why don't we try something different to build up a focus and build up a different way of playing? Marcus Rashford does not play good against low blocks. And what I'm going to come back to this tomorrow, and he'll be like, "Yeah, you played amazing."
So Dom,
Rashford, right? But Sean. He doesn't play really good against low blocks. In theory, okay, he might surprise me tomorrow because he hasn't got that IQ. He hasn't got the IQ. He might do it like an in-swing cross and get on Cavani's head when he just stops the ball and does it. I've seen that happen. He's done some great balls like that. But for me, we need people to pass and move. Rashford is not a pass and move player. He's not. He's not one to go pass back, bring it back to me, move over there, pass, bring it back to me, move. That's not him. I saw him make 8 runs into the box and just run into 3 or 4 different people. The guy,
it's so funny. It's so funny.
Honestly,
but Dom,
he just runs like this, like that.
He ran into a beehive, right, with no suit on. He was just like, it's ridiculous.
He does. Okay, so Dom, right? If you're trying to develop a player, right, you've got this world-class potential, precocious talent that is Marcus Rashford, right? If you're trying to develop him and you know the area of his game is weak against a low block team, right? If we're going with what you're saying, assuming that's correct, how do you develop him if every time you come up a low block team, you leave him out the game? You have to let him play.
Sean,
you have to coach him.
Yeah,
you have to tell him, and you have to put him out on the pitch and give him a chance. What you're telling him to do. You can't just leave him out.
He's had a lot of games against low block, bro. You're acting like you don't play against low.
But you got to keep giving it to him. You have to keep playing.
Sean, it's not. Sean, this is what I'm saying.
You can't just leave him out. Someone will never improve.
Sean, with someone like Rashford, he will never, ever, ever get it naturally. He just won't. Like, he literally just won't. He can, I think, maybe, like Pep. I think Sterling's a more naturally talented player than Rashford. But the way Pep took Sterling and drilled it into him, it looks natural to Sterling, but it's not. I'm telling you, Pep did it. But with Rashford, this is what you need to do. You need to sit him in front of you, to slap him across the face, and you need to put your hands on shoulders and say, pass and move. You literally need to shout at him. And I'm telling you, we haven't had a manager yet that will do that. And I don't think Ole will.
You know what the perfect example is?
We need someone to sit in front of him and just say, pass and move.
Pass and move. That's it.
He won't. And I'm telling you, it's not a thing that you get just against teams, because he doesn't even realize it. I don't even think Rashford realizes it. It's like something that to him is nuanced and he doesn't realize. They just need, but that's the thing. I think this club, and this is the problem with building up players too early, this club is so in awe of him, and I think everyone is. Ole's too scared to sit down and look, you don't know what you're doing at the moment against low blocks. But long term, it would fix him. But and we've played him. He got 250 appearances. And this is what I'm saying. I don't see, all I've seen in the last 3 years of Rashford is him get better against open teams, but not necessarily improve against low blocks. I don't actually think I have. So I don't know. I think we need someone just sit in front of him and say, pass and move. Otherwise, you won't do it. But that's just me, I guess.
Like, remember when Lukaku was playing for us, right? And everyone used to just complain like he just can't hold the ball up. Like as big as he is, he can't hold the ball up for shit. And like he recently came out. He recently came out. You know, when he went to Inter, he's completely changed as a player. He went to Inter. He was talking recently about like in training. You know, Conte literally every time.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying.
Anytime he played with his back to goal and he lost the ball, the whole move Conte's stopping the training session.
But that's Ole won't do that. Ole won't do that.
The training session says no. We're not continuing until you get this right. Like we're not.
Yeah.
Training is literally. That's you see what I'm saying, Sean? So like Lukaku, right? He was scoring goals for us. He scored 27 goals in a season. I think his first season was. Am I mistaken? Scored like 20 goals. And then everyone was still complaining, right? Because the full he wasn't giving us enough for a full 90 minutes. The reason Rashford's getting a pass more often he's Manc, right? He's from Manchester. That's the reason people kind of excuse a lot of the mistakes he makes. Lukaku went to Inter, they're like, bro, you gotta shape up, bro. We're not letting you let the ball bounce off your feet every 5 seconds. What I'm saying is like
even with Lukaku, like you're saying, Temi, I 100% do agree that he's got better and he's held the ball up better. But I still think you can still see deficiencies in Lukaku's game as opposed to people like Kane and Lewandowski. I still think you have. And I think that's what I mean is when I say, Sean, that I do think he can improve. But I think like Lukaku's got the coaching and 100% he's got better. But you can still see those deficiencies and he's still not. He will never get to that Lewandowski Kane.
He'll never be Kane. No.
He just won't. And that's what I feel with Rashford. You could still give him coaching. And like Lukaku, maybe he'd get 60 GA in a season. But Lukaku still has those niggling issues. Even though, like Temi said, overall, he's definitely improved his game. And that's, I guess, just how I see Rashford. But,
interesting.
He's still...
Sorry,
I want to talk about the FA Cup draw quickly because we literally just got Leicester. Boys, instant live reaction on this. How do you feel? What's the live reaction?
Home or away?
Let me find out who we got. Who the flip? We got Leicester.
We got Leicester.
And we've got... why are my freaking things so freaking slow? Oh, what the flip? Doesn't matter. We got Leicester. Leicester City at home. No, away.
Oh my God.
Leicester City away. It's away.
Away.
Yeah.
I'm not happy about that.
That's not a fun draw. That's not a fun draw.
Bro, that's a tough game. I'm not gonna lie, it's a tough game.
I don't know how I feel about that.
That's mad.
Back. Yeah,
it's Barnsley or Chelsea v Sheffield United. That's Chelsea gone through. Bournemouth v Southampton. Everton v Man City.
Why does Ollie always get the hard draws? Why?
Sure, you know why? Because we made 4 semi-finals. He's bottled it, mate. That's why.
Why? Why can't Ollie get a Jose Mourinho?
This is a quarter final now.
Why can't he get a Jose run to the final?
Sean, you're forgetting we beat quarterfinals. We can't do semi-finals, bro. Look at
Bruv, we got Sevilla in the semi-final. We should have beat them, bruv. That's an easy team, man. We could have got Inter.
Sevilla.
No, they're not an easy team. No, they're not.
Sevilla, you can't disrespect.
Well, we could have got Inter.
They won like 3 or 4 Europa Leagues and like.
Yeah, bro, come on, Aiden. Give them some respect. They're a good team. They're probably the best team in La Liga right now.
Bro, when I had nightmares.
Atletico, bro.
That's all right. And Sevilla second.
That Sevilla goal, it still haunts me now. You know that back post.
Stop it, Dom. Don't take me back there, man.
That back post goal. Oh, it killed, and all the defenders are like this.
We had literally 30 shots in that game. We battered them. Man. We battered them.
I broke my football when that went in. I kicked it against the wall and smashed the big hole in it. I got so angry. I'm not even joking. I got so pissed off, you know.
You know what, right? I think we might.
I was sitting in my room. I
love Carl Lewis's confidence.
There's a huge hole in it. I got so angry after the goal and I just kicked it and I had a huge hole in it.
Boys,
Aiden, you're a nutter, mate.
I never get angry over football. I never ever. I just laugh. But that is the one time when I saw Williams turn around, mate. I was like, "You little," and I was so angry, bro. I swear,
bro. I think we've got some tough games, man. We've got Real Sociedad, I'm not even sure how still well they're doing in the league. I'm sure they're up there. We've got Leicester, who are up there. No one's talking about Leicester going for the league. No one's talking about them. They're just doing their business.
Because they collapse. They collapse. I
hope so.
Like us.
Yeah, it's not even last year they collapsed because of injuries, right? They had Ndidi was out, Vardy was out, Madison was out.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah,
that's a lot.
The reason they kind of fell off last year. This year, it's just like they're not catching City. Like that's
they're not.
Hey, Timmy, they're not catching us. Forget City, they're not catching us, bro.
Mate, we got West Ham on Sunday. What are you talking about?
I would agree with that. I would agree with that.
We got West Brom, mate. Mate, we got.
I think we're gonna finish second this season.
Second.
No, I think Chelsea.
I think so.
I agree with you.
Aiden, stop trolling, man.
Don't say that.
I've said it on record, you know, just so you
No. I know why Aiden's saying that. He loves Tuchel. He likes the way Tuchel plays football.
I don't even like
the impact that he made.
I don't even like
Tuchel fanboy, yeah?
No, I don't even like him, bro. I don't even like him like that.
Tuchel's your uncle, Nick. He's your uncle. Let's be honest. He's your uncle.
Nah, bruv, no way, bro. This guy finds irritating, bruv. I swear. The only manager, you know, I really like actually. Who do I like? I think Pep's a good manager, even though he's just.
Hey, don't deflect on Tuchel, Aiden. He's your uncle, and he's put you through uni, isn't he? Be honest.
Yeah, he actually is, bro. Still, yeah, he is. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, he actually is. Yeah. Yeah, my name's actually Aiden Tuchel. That's what it is.
Mate, I know it is. Don't do
we knew that.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Like the video, subscribe if you're new. We're going towards 400 subscribers, which will be awesome. I really appreciate your support. All the OGs, all the new people. Honestly, you make our evening so much better. And honestly, otherwise, I'll just be talking to my wife all night. I love her, but come on.
You hope she best not see this, mate.
I love her, but come on, man. She probably don't like me either.
Leave it out.
She probably don't like me either, man. We'll just get along, innit? No, I'm joking. I'm just talking to mum. All right, cool. Yeah, so I appreciate you guys so much. Like the video, subscribe if you're new. Guys, we're going to finish off and let me know your score predictions. Timmy, you got a new follower. Nice. Yeah, we'll do some shout outs afterwards. Score predictions. Aiden, let's go. Score predictions and first goal scorer.
1-1. I'm going to say Bruno Pen and Pereira goal like a howler from Maguire.
1-1.
1-1.
Yeah.
Aiden.
I don't know. It's going to be 1-1. It's going to be 1-1 or 3-3. That's 3-0. Sorry, 1-1 or 3-0. One of the two.
All right, fine. Sean, first goal scorer and a score, bro.
2-0. Marcus Rashford for the first goal.
Tell me what you saying, brother.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 2-0 too. And first goal scorer, I'm gonna give it to Cavani.
Nice, man. I'm going for 3-0 Manchester United, and I'm going for Martial first goal scorer. And guys, don't worry, I'm not sleeping on the couch, man. I've been my wife. What's going on? She knows what's going on.
Please.
Baby, yeah, love you. Yeah, cool. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be back for the game, match reaction for the game on Sunday. I'm tempted to do a watch along, but I don't know. I think the game's rubbish. I'll say it for like a Champions League game watch along or something. Because
probably fall asleep or something.
Yeah, I'll probably fall asleep, man. I'd rather watch a box set afterwards. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Like the video, subscribe. Just quick shout out. So you've got Aiden, UTD Aiden on Twitter. Like the guy tweets all the time. Trust me, you're gonna love him on that. You got Sean at Grow Football on Twitter as well. And then you've got Temi. What's your Twitter, bro? Oh, is that what it is? Perfect. Yeah. So it's Temi Talks UTD on Twitter. Follow him, man. He's always tweeting good tweets as well. Not just random tweets like, oh yeah, what I have for dinner. It's all about football, man. So follow these guys.
Yeah, big up Temi, man.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining.
Big up Temi, man.
I appreciate you. Have a good evening. Peace out. United Source, baby.